all of these pages except for my personal profile. So that is why I select that. So it's as simple as that. The next thing is that you can choose which account is linked in your profile. Right. So if I go to my profile, if I click on Facebook, this now goes to my Facebook profile as earlier. However, if I go back to my settings, I can actually make it so that that link goes to a page I manage or a group that I'm an admin of. So if you click on that selection menu, you can actually then pick what that goes to. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this because I don't really use Facebook anymore. And then that'll disconnect, give it a quick refresh, and then gone. So now let's talk about Periscope. This is going to be the last one that we go over before logging off here. Periscope is super easy and very similar to Twitter. Once you hit that connect button, again, make sure that you're logged in. You may be wondering, wait, how are you actually on Periscope? Because if you go here, if you just go to periscope.tv, you get this. Well, if you just go over here to the top button, you go to your profile, you can actually see your profile. So that's how I'm here. So this is how I know that I'm logged into my Periscope account and I'm ready to actually connect that account to my Happs. So I'm going to go ahead and hit connect your Periscope. Ooh, interesting.
What does it say? I can't see that.
Of course you give me issues.
What does it say? I couldn't see it. It was too small.
Got it. Cool. All right, all done. So you just have to log in to Periscope even though you are already logged in. But as you can see there, I just select Twitter. It automatically re-adds.
What the hell?
So again, you're just going to be asked to authorize the app. Go ahead and hit that blue button, and you're all set. You're done. Give that a few minutes or seconds. But I can already see in the background that it's actually connected. So this is just mostly processing the graphics. So I'm going to go ahead and close that and see that this is already giving me the green arrow. One thing that you all will see on your end, if this is the first time you're connecting your Periscope, is about portrait. And it's going to give you until approved by the Periscope team, all portrait broadcasts will be shown on Periscope in landscape with black bars. Approval can take 2 to 7 days and will notify you when approved. This doesn't take that long anymore because according to the Periscope team, they've made that automatic, so no one from their team has to manually turn that on. But just something to keep in mind. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that because I was not aware that that would come up again after it had already been approved. All right, so that's that. Do we have any questions about Twitter, Periscope, or Facebook connectivity that we can go through before we go ahead and call it for this Tutorial Tuesday? Mike, what I'd like to see is the window you see in the studio of the broadcast being larger. I'm not sure what you mean. Helen, if you disconnect Periscope, can you reconnect it? Because my multicast doesn't work to Periscope. I've just not bothered you to try to reconnect it. Yeah, so you can go ahead and just disconnect it, as I can do here. I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh so that you can see that that is now disconnected. Go ahead and hit connect. Again, authorize, and then give that a few seconds, and then that'll be added back on. There you go. No RTMP info yet, eh? No, so no RTMP in on Happs just yet. We still have custom destinations out, though, so you can still send RTMP out, but no RTMP in.
I don't know what that means. RTMP out, but not in.
Happs in Twitter Spaces. No, so Twitter Spaces is not live video, and also doesn't have a way to input into from an external platform. What is RTMP, if I may ask? Yeah, so essentially, Lenny, RTMP is like a extension cable, so to speak, right? So if I have an extension cord running from inside of my house to the outside, I can then power something that's on the outside. What RTMP does is exactly that. So if you have something external, like a camera or another streaming app or something like that, that you want to stream into Happs, you would need RTMP. So that would kind of be the way to explain that. can also use drones, you can use GoPros, stuff like that have that capability with RTMP. Same way, vice versa. That's exactly how we can also send things out via RTMP, is when a site has RTMP inputs. Cool. Any other questions before we go ahead and log off? You're very welcome. Hey, Sassy, good seeing you. Hey, Helen. Also, Helen, one other thing that you can try while you're live, you can click on your multicasting destinations and actually turn them on and off individually if you need to. So if Periscope doesn't work the first time, go to your multicasting destinations, click that off, and then turn it right back on. Awesome. Cool. So thank you all so much for joining. Tomorrow we have an awesome takeover of this Happs account hosted by Bobby, and she will have a bunch of artists on. And so tune into that. It's already scheduled, so if you go to the Happs profile, you'll see the scheduled post for that for tomorrow. And then secondly, if you would like to pitch a takeover, Helen, if you'd like a photography takeover, or any other users would like a specific takeover, please send us an email, contact@happs.tv with the subject line Happs Takeover. We'll review that for you and let you know if that's possible. And we'll schedule that in. We'll let you take over from that point, get all of your guests situated. And on the day of, what we do is Peter and I will join that broadcast, say hello to everyone, pass the mic, and then let you all take over from there. So it's a really fun experience. You all get a lot of interactive comments that way, and a good way to promote yourselves if needed, right? So just make sure that it is a takeover collaboration, right? So it's not just about like, I'm just going to take over the Happs account because I want to. It could have a subject alongside it. I would strongly recommend checking out Deanna's Happs takeover from last week. That was a really great example to get us started on the first week of that new show. And then tune in tomorrow for Bobby Vickers' takeover. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk with you about photography, Helen, for that. Sounds good. Can you talk about your profile pic? Yeah, so that new profile picture was actually created by Milk Does Art, a user on Happs. He has a show that he does almost daily now. And for every 500 coins that he receives in an award, he'll add your name into a wheel, kind of like Jeopardy. He'll spin the wheel, and then he'll take a picture of yours, whether you send it in or if it's your profile picture on Happs, and make you into an elf. I had the fortunate pleasure of being turned into a elf/Spider-Man/vampire. So it went a little bit beyond just the elf, but it was a lot of fun to watch and to see that be created live. But with that being said, check out Milk Does Art. That's the username that you want to check out if you want to be alphified. But with that being said, again, we'll see you all tomorrow and on Friday for the remaining broadcasts of this week.
Okay, what? All right. Sorry. Woof Woof, what do you want to say to the people? Woof Woof would like 10 people to download the Happs app or add him as their first follow so he can get that challenge. And he says thank you. And have a nice afternoon. And stay safe out there. Bye!